welcome back. Draft's finished and we're just wrapping up Kingslayer now. So before we get to the quarterfinals, we've just got one more match to cover, and that's Fishy and Chipsy from Team Pick. So no favourites here, but they're playing Flying Cup, which is a little bit terrible, but great lead for Chipsy. But he's decided to stay in here with the Mantine and take a shield as well as use the Bubble Beam. I hope he's not going to let this one die, because he might need it for the Aerodactyl depending on what comes back in. But it will be very handy in the back. But he's decided to stay in here and cop the move. But he does have a shield, but he's lost switch here. So now he's coming in with his own Altaria, and looks like he's going to try and farm down. So we'll have to see what Fishy's response to that is. He does have his own Aerodactyl and Scarm. Okay, so he's gone into his Scarm. Oh, and Chipsy swapped there, and looks like this Scarm's running Steel Wing, so that's even worse for this Aero. He does get to the Rock Slide, and it does KO the Scarm, so it's going to be a tight one, this one. Fishy comes back in with his Aerodactyl, and unfortunately Chipsy's had to come in with his Altaria here, and it's just going to get farmed straight down with that shield loss. Looks like it'd be a double KO, not quite. But yeah, Altaria finishes off there. So looking at the results, that means Fishlegs goes through. Previously, Antag had already played against Chef, so we've got a couple of matchups to play, and then we're into the semi-finals. So the first of those is myself versus Rick Nevolt, so another team pick, hate to see it. Master League game here, Open Master, so Lugia versus Ho-Oh. Rich loves his Ho-Oh, and yeah, it's Battle of the Birds at the moment. I think Ho-Oh can potentially win this in the one shield, but he hasn't shielded the Aeroblast there, and I've managed to get a cheeky Dragon Tail in there too, so looking pretty good for me. I'll shield the Brave Bird, and I should be able to farm down, but he swaps straight out into Dialga, and I'm just going to bank the Sky Attack and go straight into Groudon here. So Ironhead coming through, should be able to survive this. Not quite going to build up to the Earthquake, just one short. But looks like he's going to shield that one. And he does so, yep. And going to die in a minute, or going to get farmed down. Probably should have actually built up a little bit more energy, but I think he's going to shield here anyway. All I really want to do was chip it down. But he's going to shield and farm down. So that's great. In a reasonably good position here. Could really come in with either Mon. But I'm going to come in with the Lugia, Sky Attack, shield once. And see what's in the back. So he's shieldless now. An Aeroblast is obviously going to do a lot on anything, but I'm just going to shield that and bank that for later, assuming that he had something in the back, and it was the Zekrom. And this should be a GG's. Wild Charge coming through here, that'll debuff him, means I can farm down. It's going to be a little bit scary here, because he's going to farm down my Dialga here. First, he's going to go and Ho-Oh just to get the move, catch the move, and then he's going to come in with his Dialga. But he did throw a Thunder. He's pretty much starting from scratch. All I need to do is get to the Sky Attack. I don't think he'll get to a move here, and Sky Attack goes through. Some really, really tight games between me and Rich. It was good to finally play him, and yeah, all the games we played were that close. So GG's to him. In one of the other quarterfinals, we've got Cactus making his long-awaited comeback versus Lloyd. Looks like it was one apiece, and then they're going into Flying Cup. So for all those Flying Cup enthusiasts out there, we're getting a fair bit of that. Lloyd's got into Mantine here after losing the lead, and it's a little bit of an awkward matchup for Cactus. He's decided to stay in, but now he's been debuffed. He's going to throw the Ancient Power here. Geez, I've never seen an Aerodactyl with a boost. That'd be amazing. And Lloyd's let it go, and it's going to farm down here. So that's actually clever play. So let's see. He's going to come in with his own Mantine here. It'd be super interesting if he's got an electric type here. See what happens. Yep, shielding up here. He's just going to get the Mantine super low, I imagine. No, he's keeping that for later, and that's clever. And now he's going to a Mulga. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Obviously, the Altaria gets hit for neutral by electric type attacks, and Sky Attack is resisted by the electric type Emolga. So it's a pretty sort of interesting little competition here, and Emolga is super spammy, so you can get to quite a few moves. Sky Attack coming through now. Is he going to shield this? Probably doesn't need to. No, he does, and he'll get the discharge off here, and that's going to KO the Swablu, and yeah, unfortunately that Mantine's going to absolutely cop a discharge here. Oh, the Bubble Burn comes through first. Unfortunately, that's not going to do enough. He definitely needed to... Oh, and he swapped out. Yeah, that was clever play as well. Yeah, not much he could do there, so well played by Lloyd. So he's through. And now we've got Fish Legs versus Theta, and it looks like it's Johto here. So this is from Theta's perspective. So he's playing with the Umbreon lead here. Pretty neutral this one, but Jumpluff is so bulky. It actually wins this matchup. So, let's smile through there. So that can obviously change things a little bit. Let's the Energy Ball go through. Another foul play coming through here. But yeah, from memory, it's a pretty tight matchup in the maybe the one shield. As you can see here, they're sort of hitting each other with feathers. It's two very bulky Mon going at it. Great reflexes not to waste the move there. Fish timed it very well. But yeah, it depends what's in the back, but it's looking very GG's here. Doesn't even have Blizzard, but shields up the Quake. Didn't need to, and now Theta sort of knows that he can pretty much let that go. And Jumpluff comes back in. Aerial Ace is an absolutely terrible move, and Meganium's a bulky little thing. So he'll let that go. He'll be able to get to the move here, and does so. Obviously, this won't KO the Jumpluff, but he shields just in case. I'm not sure what he thought there, but yeah, Frenzy Plant is a pretty broken move, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been KO'd there, and he's not going to be able to farm down here. So he's got to throw again. Leaves him in a very tricky spot, very low on health, and his grass type is about to die here, so it depends what he's got in the back, but yeah, unfortunately it's Lantern. Oh, actually, could make a go of this, but I think what's going to happen here is Theta's going to chip away with these foul plays and probably go into Azu and just sacrifice it. Umbreon's so bulky, it can definitely take a Thunderbolt, but he's just going to keep chipping away with foul plays. The only negative towards Lantern particularly is that it's very slow at getting to its charge move, so the Umbreon's just going to sort of just keep wearing it down with foul plays here, and he swaps. Reasonably good timing on the swap there as well. Pretty much forces Fishy to double Thunderbolt before the Azu can get to a move, and looks like he's doing so there. Theta might have probably got that move away, but it doesn't matter anyway. He was putting pressure on the Lantern to throw, and so it's now out of energy, and I reckon 2 foul plays is going to do it here. So first one coming through, and yeah, this next one's going to KO, and unfortunately Lantern's going to be left high and dry. Fishy couldn't get it done this time, so looks like we've got Lloyd going through, Theta going through, myself going through, and Antag's already through. So now we've got the semi-finals, so it's me versus Antag and Theta versus Lloyd, so let's see how those matches go. All right, into the first one here. Let's see what this one is. Looks like it's Open Great League. Semi-neutral lead here. Obviously the Surf's do super effective, but Basti is such a monster. I'm pretty sure it does win the one shield, just probably through smackdown pressure. But all I'm really trying to do here is wear this Basti down, knowing that once that's gone, unless he's running some sort of, BAB team with two steel types, my Scarm should be able to run free in the back and actually go pretty well. But knowing Antag like I do, I thought this could be reverse Grass Hole, so staying in here was perfectly okay for me, and sure enough Sableye comes in, and therefore Shadow Vic's probably the next Mon. So all I need to do here is make sure I shield the return, and then just get some extra energy here. He's one away from a foul play. He's probably going to put the pressure on and build up to the return, but what I can do here is just ramp up and KO with the power-up punch. He's still, I think, maybe 2 away from the return. So that's killed that off, and he brings the Razor Leafer now. I can simply throw the foul play. Now what I need to do is realign my Scrafty with the Basti. So I'm just going to swap out here and throw this Surf. Probably could have got to the Wild Charge, but just didn't want to risk it. Just get some good chip damage, meaning that the Scrafty can now take out the Shadow Vic if it needs to, and it's probably going to need to because he's going to swap out as soon as I bring the Scarm in. But his Basti is so low now. Could potentially Brave Bird, but didn't want to throw the Brave Bird until he had actually expelled his energy. He has now. So all I'm really doing now is waiting out the timer, knowing that Scrafty should be able to get the job done here. So just building up some more energy. Scrafty can now come in. I've banked the Sky Attack, sniped the Basti, and yeah, unfortunately, Scrafty's pretty tanky. So that sees me through to the final. And now we've got Lloyd versus Theta here, from Theta's perspective. He's got the got a good lead there. He's now gone into Shadow Machamp. Oh, sorry, just regular Machamp. Not a reason, yeah, but he should still win this one. Depends what Lloyd wants to do. Drill Run coming through, that's going to do a lot of damage. So yeah, it depends what's going to happen. He's going to get counted down. So yeah, probably worth the shield here just to maintain switch. But what's he going to do? No, he's letting that go. All right, let's see what happens here. So just farming down with the Articuno. Let's see what comes back in. Oh, the Togekiss has come back in. So clever play by Theta, and I would say Giratina's in the back. It's pretty obvious it's in the back at this stage. So all Theta really has to do here is just go hard at this Togekiss. It's draining shields. The charms aren't doing a great deal. He's just going to keep putting the pressure on here. And it's pretty much GG's at this stage. So here comes the Giratina. He can just simply Icy Wind it and bail, and then go into his own Giratina. So he's doing that now. Actually catches the move, which is perfect. Shield this one. Got to shield something. And yeah, he should... It depends how he wants to play this, but these Shadow Claws, he's just got to be careful he doesn't get hit by another charge move. So he's just making sure of that. He gets hit by one more. So yeah, unfortunately, probably should have just built up a little bit more energy. And I just noticed he's only got Dragon Claw. So this will be semi-tight, but Giratina is a very bulky lad. And even though these Dragon Claws are not very effective, the Shadow Claws are still doing some damage. If he can get to another one here, which he does, then he should be pretty right. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he's had some stutter lag or something there, but it didn't matter. He's just won that one, so super tight there. So that leads us to the Kingslayer final, folks. And let me tell you that these games do not disappoint. So the first game we're going to go to is Prem Ultra. And we've got Obstagoon versus Swampert on the lead here. The team I'm running is basically two anti-fighters and a fighter up front. So not an amazing lead for me. Going to take the first one. Obstagoon's pretty bulky. It was around this point that I realised that I was messing around with my Ninetales the other day. And it's actually running Charm. And I can tell you that in Ultra, there's probably not really... Ultra Prem, there's no reason to really run it with Charm. And yeah, it's at this point I realised I'm just got to hope that he brings in the Machamp. But yeah, I had to swap out there just in case he's got something steel in the back. And unfortunately, it's SCAV, which not amazing. I'm not sure what the matchup is if you are running Powdered Snow, but it was at this point I realised that, yeah... I'm not going to be able to win Switchback here, but that's okay because the Swampert Obstagoon matchup is very close anyway. So just try and do as much damage as I can. Unfortunately died with the Weather Ball there, which was super unfortunate. But the I can bring the Drifloon here and there's nothing that SCAV can really do to it. So I can look to farm down, which is good. Yeah, if I'd actually got to that... been able to throw that Weather Ball and he'd shielded, that would have been awesome. Anyway, at this stage, looking okay. Depends what's in the back, obviously, and it's pretty much the only mon you don't want to see. So, throwing the Icy Wind here. Probably should have thrown the Shadow Ball, but he called the bait there, so well done. And I swapped out I'm not sure if I should have done that. Maybe I should have got him to KO the Drift and maybe tried to get a bit of farm on the Gengar. But at this stage, it's looking like I'm probably going to lose. He's got a lot of energy on his Gengar there, and he wins CMP because it beats everything. So he's playing this super well here. He's going to KO here, and even though I'm going to get the Shadow Ball ready to go here, and I'm going to be clicking it like crazy, I lose CMP. I'm kind of hoping this is a Shadow Punch, but that probably KOs anyway. So well played, Theta, and Theta takes game 1. All right, moving into game 2. This one is Master Prem. So absolutely horrible lead for me. I've just gone straight into Dragonite here and get into the Dragon Claw. And he's not switching out, which is good, I think. So I'm just going to shield here and make sure I win switch. I really need that Metagross. I'm guessing he's probably got a Metagross of his own. Shield advantage is super important in these games. But at the moment, I'm doing okay, and winning switchback's definitely a priority. So he's now going to bring his Metagross in, and he's going to farm a lot. So I just get to that last minute Dragon Claw for a bit of chip. But yeah, I'm in a little bit of a tough spot here. He's got shield advantage, which is terrible. I'm going to go into the Garchomp and hope that he's got something weak to Metagross in the back. Kind of predicting that he might even have his own Garchomp. But anyway, Medium Mash goes through. I'm then looking to build up some energy, and I get to the Outrage and may as well throw it. At this stage, I'm kind of hoping for a miracle, and I get one. He doesn't shield his Garchomp, and at this stage his Metagross is getting really, really low, so I know that I've pretty much got the game won. All I've got to do is shield here, and the fast move damage from my Garchomp and Metagross will do the business. So I've thrown here just for the sake of throwing, but it was at this point I realised all I need to do is just get the fast move pressure off, and he's going to die because he's got to Earthquake me here. And at this point, right now, I'm lagging. And as you can see, he's still attacking, and he got in probably about 5 or 6 fast moves. And the Earthquake came through, and as you can see here, I end up falling one fast move short of KOing. And anyway, he saw that as well. We looked at the footage, and he decided to give me that one. So now we're into the final game, and yeah, we're in Johto here, thanks to Antag. And game 1, he's got a really super lead here. Unfortunately, I love Heracross too much, and he probably knew I was going to bring it. So it was at this point I realised he probably doesn't even have Umbreon. So I've thrown the close combat and got a shield, which I was super happy with. And it looked like we CMP'd on the move, but it didn't actually go through. So I actually got out into my Umbreon and caught the Ice Beam on my Umbreon. So, game mechanics are crazy. So last game was absolutely shocking. Anyway, the last resort coming through now. And the other great thing about this is he's actually not swapping out, which is super good for me. So what this tells me is that he's likely got another answer to Heracross, probably Skarmory. So I need to win switch here and make sure that I can get my Skarm on whatever he's got. Get my Heracross on whatever he's got. And as you can see on his screen there, he's running Meganium as his other mon. So I need to make sure I get my Heracross on the Meganium, not knowing that he's got it, of course. And so winning switch here is super important. So I just I managed to sneak through a Snail previously, so I'm going to get to the move, and he's going to let it go here. And he wants to maintain alignment here, so he's going to bring in his Meganium, and that's super good for me because I need this Meganium gone, and matching my Azu up with the Skarm is the best we can hope for at this stage. So he then Frenzy Plants me, and I let that go and just get to the last minute Foul Play, which is a nice little bit of chip damage. And so that goes through, and I've now got a decent alignment, so I can bring him a Heracross here. He brings in his Skarm. I just want to get to the close combat and bank a move, just to want to make sure Heracross wins CMP. So if he starts farming up or whatever, I know that I can still win. So he's thrown the Sky Attack here, and Because at this point that I thought to myself, okay, well, I should be able to just Ice Beam my way through the Scarm here. And yeah, and then I should be able to Ice Beam the Meganium as well. Meganium's sort of in Ice Beam range, so I thought I'll commit everything on the Azu here. And so he's thrown the Sky Attack here. And I just wanted to shield. Probably shouldn't have shielded that, to be honest. I still would have got to the Ice Beam. But I was just a bit worried he might farm me down. And as you saw, Heracross cannot take too many flying type moves. He's very fragile, poor fella. So the Ice Beam comes through. At this stage, I knew I could farm it down. He then switches, and that time it took me to build up to the close combat, unfortunately, I can't get my Azu out of the matchup. So very well done by him. He then gets the Frenzy Plant through. His Scarm's probably got like 10 HP. So I built up a little bit of extra energy, but I don't want him getting to the Frenzy Plant. And unfortunately, this debuffs me badly. So I know that it's just, can I get the fast moves through in time? And sure enough, I get my fast moves through, and it's double KO. So the winner of this year's Kingslayer is Theta and Piccolo. So thanks to everyone who took part this year, and we'll see you next season.